ladies and gentlemen, nerds, nerdettes, Blerdicorns, and blurs alike. Welcome to the Blerdicorn Speaks podcast. And here are your hosts, Angee and Montel.
To you, my friend, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We made it to 2020. We made it to 2020.
We made it to the double 20, y'all.
Oh my gosh. New year, new decade.
Listen, 2019 was a bitch. And I just don't...
2019 was more of a migraine than anything else. What the hell, man? Just seriously, what the hell?
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be about New Year, new me and shit.
There's so many new me's. The old me's are becoming the new me's.
Fuck 2019. It's over.
Good grief.
It's over.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Montel.
And it's me, Miss Angee.
Welcome back to our first episode of 2020 of Blerdicorn Speaks podcast. Thank you all so much for checking us out.
Oh, should we call it season 2?
No. Let's do 3 more episodes, then we can call it season 2. But
How we gonna do 2 more episodes? Like,
3 more episodes.
How you pick that number? Like, what the fuck you get
Because
this
in
number
anime, there's 13 episodes in a season. That's where I get
from?
that
This ain't
from.
fucking anime.
Well, in some shows, they do 12 episodes.
Well, let's do 12.
Want to do 12? Okay, we'll do 12 episodes, and that'll be our first season.
Right.
Okay, so this will be
So we gotta do another one.
This is episode
month.
11, and this next one will be episode 12, and then we reached our first season. How about that?
Well, I guess.
Okay.
I think the first season, a lot of times, the first season is shorter until it gets picked up. And then once it gets picked up, and it's like, oh, so-and-so has been renewed for another season.
Yeah, if y'all want to see us get our stuff picked up, please hit us up. Okay. Thank y'all for checking us out. Just to let y'all know, we are on social media. If you don't know already, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our email, of course, is blerdicornspeaks@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Check us out. Interact with us.
Yes, please. Hit us up on SoundCloud and on YouTube. And if you like what we do, let us know. If you want to hear us talk about something, let us know. We don't have boundaries of what we're going to speak on. It'll be interesting to see what the other subject's going to be. So we'll be...
I know. We got some exciting stuff coming for y'all this year. So
we're going to be challenged in what we discuss on the table.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do our speak out. Of course, Angee, you're first.
Okay, so on Christmas Day, I had the pleasure of speaking with a young entrepreneur. Hampton Roads, born and bred. Mm-hmm. His name is Therion, and he owns a gym over in Hampton. And I actually did not know that he was a comic book head, and I was quite surprised to find out that he knew so much, or that, so much into the culture.
Okay.
So it was very refreshing. And, and then I had the opportunity to, and also had the opportunity to enlighten him and share some things with him that he did not know.
I like that.
Especially when I was texting you about Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah, he had no clue. And he was like, oh, I would really love to learn more, about about these origin stories, because like me, he did not know that the first person to receive the super soldier serum was a black man, and he did not know he was Patriot's grandfather. Mm-hmm. So
Isaiah Bradley, yeah.
If you are in the Hampton Roads area and you are looking for a personal trainer, you need to check him out. He's the owner of Iron Therapy Boot Camp. You can follow him on Instagram at Iron Therapy Boot Camp. His name is Therion Brewer. Go check him out. He a big dude now. Don't make him mad. Cause
I really would like to meet this brother.
Don't make him mad. He look like he could take you out. Like with one strike.
Oh gosh. Okay, so he needs Blerdicorn Speaks as bodyguard. Let's put it that way.
And furthermore, he's a young man, but he's a family man. He's married. He has the cutest kid. His son is so cute. Looks just like his wife. So you know,
he's a grounded young man.
He is a grounded young man.
I like that.
You know, lots of positive influences in his life. So
okay. That's awesome.
You know.
Okay.
Big ups to you, my guy.
I like your speak out. I like your speak out, especially when it comes to folks like that.
Yes.
My speak out is a little bit more personal. If you guys have followed me on Facebook and Instagram, you know that I went through a bit of a financial issue as of late, and I was actually pretty close to losing my place because my job situation during 2019 was so tentative. I did not have anything solid for very long. I went from job to job to job. So when I got this one, it was so hard to get into the groove because you're still trying to take this small check, as everybody knows, paying all these other bills, and still trying to rob Peter to pay Paul and you know, hide Tom's body. So,
I never heard that before, but okay.
Tom, MySpace, we miss you.
Tom in the closet, he a cocoon.
Oh my gosh. So
shout out to Pose.
I did something. Pose. Yes, the show gets a shout out. I did the one thing I never thought I would do, but it took me, I literally sat for 3 days deciding to do this, and I did it, a GoFundMe. And I just asked for help. And I just prayed, and I said, I have no idea who's going to respond to this. I just said, hey, this is what's going on with me, and I'm a straight up person. When I tell you the response was more than I had even expected, and this just humbled me because I didn't know I had touched that many people, that they came to my aid. I had people hit me up all over the place, say, yo, Unc, you good? Yo, you good, Mr. Monte? And it blew me away. And they came to my aid, and
it brought me to tears.
Yeah, I was, when I went on that Facebook Live, I was just going to say thank you, but when I thought about the scope of it all, and I sat here and I looked at everything, and I couldn't help myself. I didn't want to, but it came out. That's my way of saying I was thankful and grateful. So everybody who contributed, everybody who checked on me, everybody who reached out, even if you didn't have it to give, the fact that you said, hey, we want to see if you're okay, we're praying for you, that meant everything. So y'all get the biggest speak out from me for 2020. So thank y'all so much. Maintaining the studio where we can bring the podcast to you, and I can continue my YouTube channel. So I am grateful.
I wanted to donate, but a bitch is a pro. So I prayed for you.
But you know what? You already. But see, you contribute already though, because you're one half of our podcast.
Yeah.
So that says a lot. And
we gotta get some revenue in though.
And I know, and we're working on some ventures. We are working on some ventures for that to happen. So we'll let you guys know, and please support us and put the word out about that. We really would appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, so what is our download for this episode? You first. I know it has something to do with your game.
You know what the hell?
I know it has something to do with your game. It never fails.
About that fucking game. I really don't have anything to say about the game.
The last time you was fire though.
Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. I don't know if it's because of the Christmas holidays. They have been rerunning some campaigns. Those campaigns are rather boring because I already have those tunes, but my tunes are not strong enough to build them up to qualify for the legendary tune that they're offering.
Who is the legendary tune?
The legendary tune, I believe, is something Bugs. I don't remember. But
would it be Valkyrie Bugs?
No, Valkyrie. Listen, you know what? I thought Valkyrie Bugs was Lola. I did not realize that Valkyrie Bugs is freaking Bugs Bunny in drag. Yeah, he can go on with that.
Spirit Magic Helmet, baby. Spirit Magic Helmet.
It is Matador Bugs. No,
really?
No. Nope. It is Bugs the Brave, and they reran the Lola campaign. So, I don't have much to say about it. I'm getting rather bored. I decided not to put any money at all into this game anymore. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there's supposed to be a new campaign that's starting soon. And like maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Looking forward to it now. But my raid, I've been getting down into some raid. But I'm at an impasse again where, I got all these champions. But I can't really build them up. So I started watching. So you know what I do. I go to my Bible, YouTube.
Her video Bible.
My video Bible. I jumped on YouTube and I found this one YouTuber. I love British accents, by the way.
You know what? That makes two of us, especially if it's a beautiful woman.
I can't.
If it's a beautiful woman British accent, oh my gosh.
So Hell Hades. This guy has been.
Oh, what a name!
Hell Hades. I found out today that he has only been making videos for 7 weeks. He already has 8,000 followers, but he has really helped me step my game up so much so that I decided to start a second account. And this account is going to be free to play only. I'm not going to spend not one single solitary dime in my secondary account. And so far I've been playing since around this time yesterday. Since around lunchtime yesterday, and I'm already at level 21.
Oh,
yeah. And I don't have any I don't have any legendary champions, so
oh my.
I don't have any in my main account either. I have a lot of rares.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I am. Oh, and so since I was so bored with the Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, I decided, to pull out. I think I've seen everything Marvel that I could see that I'm interested in watching on Disney Plus. Now that The Mandalorian has wrapped for season 1,
which was
so good,
brilliant first season.
Ready for season 2. Disney. They need a movie, but I'm going to need y'all to let somebody else do it. Okay, Disney? Sit y'all asses down in the corner. You go. So, anyway, I hop back on my DC.
DC Universe?
DC Universe.
Okay.
And the Harley Quinn.
I've been hearing a lot of things about that.
Listen, I wasn't ready. I was shocked as hell to hear some cartoons cussing. I was like, wait, what?
But DC's always been that.
But I think it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good show. I thought it was a full season. It was not. So I'm waiting for episode 8 to come out, and I will be watching it. They're about 25 minutes per episode, but it is a must watch. And lastly, I tried to get into that Witcher.
I haven't started it yet, to be honest. I'm waiting to the right moment to jump into that.
I think I'm on episode 6.
Is it 8 episodes?
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Somebody knows.
Let me know in the comments. I'll probably look it up when I get home. But I'm trying. I was thinking about just quitting season 1 and just hopping on season 2 since it's been getting so many accolades. I've had my friends, tell me, hey, yeah, this is so good. And when I go watch it, it don't be so good. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a Game of Thrones wannabe. And it's just not as... I don't know.
Well, I've learned a lot.
The Witcher has me speechless. Write it down, y'all. This don't happen often.
She's speechless. Wow. Angie is speechless.
So, hopefully next week I will have, I'll be able to tell y'all something else.
Okay. Well, my download is actually 2 things. One, since you've been talking about, Looney Tunes, I have actively gotten back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And it's an online version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Except they've scaled it down a little bit from actually the live card playing in the stores and stuff like that. Because I play that.
One of my Alliance members was talking about this the other day.
And I like the way they do it because you have to think a lot more on what you're going to do because you don't have as many chances. So you got to be strategic as you're playing. Mm-hmm. But the amount of turns, because in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel, you have 6 phases. Mm-hmm. In this one, you only have 3. So now you got literally 3 chances to figure out what you're going to do, including your attack before you end your turn.
Okay.
So I decided to get back into it. Now, I try to build the decks that I have because you already know most games online, if you want to spend the money, you can get that.
Right.
Or, with this, either you were spending the money or you were on the grind. I work with what I got.
I like the grind.
I'm a budget dude. I will pick up what I have, and if I find something along the way as I'm going, okay, I earn the jewels, and I go to the store and I spend my jewels. They get the packs. I open them up. Okay, there's a card I want. I slip it in here, and I build as I go. Until you get to the ranked duels where you're fighting anybody in the world. Mm-hmm. These assholes.
I get my ass kicked every day.
These assholes.
Not in World of Mayhem, but in Raid. Oh, shit. I might make bronze level 2 today, and wake up in the morning and I'm back at 0.
And it's the same way with this. It's the same way with this because you go from bronze to silver to gold. Okay, right. I'll go to bronze level 5 to get to silver, and then I will, 2 days later, I'm back right down, and I'm going, what? Yo, I earned this. Yeah. How the hell I keep getting knocked back down? And I will sit and I'll play. Now, mind you, I'm no pushover. Mm-hmm. I know I can make this thing grind until someone comes up with a card and I sit there going, bruh, you just paid $30 online for that card. I know that your mama mad at you using her credit card. I know this for a fact.
But you know, what I found in my little bit of time as an online gamer, hopefully next January I'll be able to speak, with a little bit more intelligence about the gaming community. A lot of times it's grown ass men. Yeah, men and women. Not, because I'm 45. It's grown ass men and women that be, thumb thugging and keyboard thugging in these
so
games.
Young, that's a hard. She's so
and
young.
Stuff. So
she's just chock full of fiber.
You can tell when you're up against a kid. You can tell when you're dealing with a child. So
really, whatever gives you that idea.
Yeah. And this is one kid that comments a lot on this guy that I watch that plays Looney Tunes, and I just want to choke the shit out of him. I just want to say, where the fuck is your mama?
Oh, God.
Get your ass off the internet. Shouldn't you be asleep?
Oh, okay. Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. Oh.
I know he annoys, the YouTuber, because he annoys me. But this man has patience of steel. I bet you he punched a wall when he'd get off after dealing with this kid. I just can't.
Goodness.
So
imagine playing this game, and then I'm getting into it, basically getting back into being more competitive on the Yu-Gi-Oh side, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it because I can't go to the store and play it all the time because more likely I'm running the event. Mm-hmm. So this is my one time I can actually play. Mm-hmm. So I understand that frustration, so I'm getting back into that. But the other part of my download is y'all can't see this, but a couple of days ago I came into the store and I was able to acquire my first graded comic. Out of all the comics I have, this is the first one. It is a Symbiote Spider-Man #1.
What does that mean by graded?
Graded, there is there's a company called CGC. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they take your comics and they value them according to condition, time, how old they are, what titles and things like that. Mm-hmm. And they do it on this 10-point scale. Mm-hmm. If it's valuable, the higher the number, the more valuable, more closer it is to its true value. Mm-hmm. Of course, they base it upon how brown the
scale goes from what to what?
From 1 to 10.
Okay.
So if it's 1, of course, it's been beat up by every kid in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. But if it's a 10, or even between a 9 and 10, it's close to perfect. It's going to get based on time, age, and condition.
Okay.
So we had this, and I had never had a graded comic before. When I saw this, I said, "Oh my goodness!" And the thing about a graded comic, they put it in this plexiglass case, which is brilliant. It displays the information on it, the writers, the artists, the grade, and you get to see everything. You never have to worry about anyone putting their hands on this because it is sealed.
That's great. So how much If I walked into a comic book store today, how much would a graded comic set me back?
It depends on the comic.
Okay.
A lot of it has to do, again, with the series, the title, and how old it is and things like that. So it could be anything. I have a Fantastic Four in there, number 20. If you look at it, and there's a guide called the Overstreet Comic Guide. If you look at it in there, it's worth about $100 in perfect condition. But in the condition it's in, if it's graded, it's going to be down to about a 6 or a 7, which means it's going to lose value because of that. So it'll be worth anywhere between $50, $60.
Okay.
So, and that's why the grade is so important, because the grade lets you know how good a condition it's in and how much money you can get for it.
Okay.
So, but I honestly, grading is great if I want to know that. But see, I like putting my hands on my comics. I like to be able to read them because that's nostalgia right there. That's memories. But if you do a graded comic like that, you'll never put your hands on it again.
Okay.
And although I'm appreciative and I love this, I know this is going to be nothing more than a display piece, really. This is because I'm never going to be able to open up Symbiote Spider-Man #1.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for that. That's the first one. It's a blessing for the new year, so that's my download. Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, we get into our topic of discussion for this episode. And
this is our first review.
Yes.
In a while.
Dang, it has been.
What was the last movie we reviewed? That old punk ass Captain Marvel.
No, it was
Endgame.
Yeah, it was Endgame. It was Endgame, and that was, I admit, that was a pretty fun discussion because we were all over the place. But
yeah,
Rise of Skywalker.
Now,
I will tell you this: Angie's already seen it twice, so she can probably pinpoint more than me. I only had a chance to see it once. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to go see it.
I went this morning.
I know you did. I'm sitting there taking calls from executives who can't operate iPads, and I get this going, I'm going to the movie. Son of a bitch! Okay, thank you for calling. What do you want? I'm heated because I wanted to go again so bad. So.
That's the pleasure of being retired.
Yeah, man. Anyway. So, with that being said.
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker, I honestly didn't come in this with any expectations. Because everybody I'd spoken to who was willing to tell me something without spoiling anything, it went on both sides of the fence. Some liked it for what it was. Others didn't appreciate the fact that it wasn't canon on certain levels, or they felt like it was watered down somehow, was missing elements. And I understood both arguments. But one thing I've always been able to do when I go into a movie is just to sit down, keep my mind open, and see what I can see.
So I'm not the one to take to the movies with you.
Oh, this nut. We went the first time. This nut was asking questions the entire time. I was sitting there going, I
wasn't asking you questions because I know they were rhetorical questions, but not questions that I was actually.
And I can respect that, but you can't ask rhetorical. I'm sitting in the middle of the movie.
That shit had me cracking up laughing today. Like, I was dying laughing. Clearly, I was not the only person in there today that had seen it already once before. But with this particular episode, I went in a virgin. So I had not watched any of the trailers. I hadn't watched any of the breakdown videos, spoiler videos. Hadn't watched any reviews because it was about a week old when we went.
Yeah, it's been about a week.
It had been about a week that it was out. And so I knew nothing. Just like you, I had no expectations. Well, that's a lie. I was expecting to see Luke.
Okay.
And I got to see my other baby, Kylo.
So you had expectations of seeing certain characters.
It's the Rise of Skywalker. I wanted to see some fucking Skywalkers.
Okay. She wanted to see some Skywalkers.
But you know what? I'm about to get in my feelings.
Why?
I'm gonna say this, and this is the last time I'm gonna say this.
Oh my goodness.
Disney need to leave the Star Wars series the fuck alone.
I was expecting you to say something. I just didn't know.
You can water that shit down for the damn Disney Channel.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Super Stans, Like us, we want to see some shit when we go to the movies.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see the damn stormtrooper being blown the fuck up.
Oh my goodness.
It's just, it's amazing. To me, in some parts, now having seen it twice, some parts of the story didn't make any sense to me. You know, and if you're a Star Wars virgin, you would have no clue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I can get that, especially if, like, the first time I was exposed to Star Wars was 76, the original trilogy. And then when they...
It probably came out in 77.
I believe it was 76.
It was 77 because they keep talking about the 42. Because it had been 42 years since
I don't pay attention.
the release.
I don't pay attention.
That was the significance of the number 42. So,
well, either way, I went and saw it in the theaters when it came out. Matter of fact, my dad took me, and I was blown away by what I saw. The dog fights and the lightsaber fights and everything. So for me, from the beginning, now I'm not as in depth and deep into it as a lot of my friends.
I was 3 years old. So.
Because she keeps dating everything. That's fine.
So I did not see the original movie in the theater. I did not see episode 3.
Okay.
In theaters.
Well, see, and that's why I always had such a hard time with when they came out with the movies, because okay, they didn't put them as prequels when they came out. What happened before the original 3? They were just going to just push them on you, and that's how I felt. I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this is wrong, but this is how I felt.
Well, I felt the same way until I saw The Phantom Menace. That was the first one, right? I don't.
The Phantom Menace was the first one.
I don't know them in order.
That was the first of the new.
Yeah, so episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that until I saw that. You know, I got a lot of problems with this movie. Did I enjoy it? Absolutely. Off your game.
I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all.
It's hard to have a conversation with somebody who's all into their game. Thank you very much.
I know you ain't tripping.
I never play my game when we're recording.
Ever. I will apologize. I will.
And I even remembered to turn my damn alarm off so the Paw Patrol or the PJ Masks theme won't be blaring in the middle of the podcast this time.
Which I ain't gonna lie, I think that's kind of adorable. That
shit ain't adorable.
Okay.
But right. Pretty good movie. I really like the movie. We're gonna talk about the movie. So if you ain't seen the shit, turn it off right now. Because it's been 2 weeks, damn it. You should have seen it by now. Some people
got lives. They work and stuff like that. You know, look how long it took. Hell, look how long it took me to see it. I was supposed to go the day it came out, and I didn't even get the chance to do it. So,
okay, spoiler alert.
There we go.
You have been warned.
There you go.
I like the fact that we came out the door running. They didn't dick around with us. Immediately, we found out that Palpatine
was alive.
Is still alive. Well, that Palpatine is still here. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie.
I can't say alive. I mean, like, he had that shit in the back of his head.
He was still alive. He was now bionic.
He wasn't fucking bionic. How you gonna have a bionic head? That's impossible. You know, you can see like his little phalanges and the bones and shit.
It's years in the future, so we don't know what the hell.
I don't know what the fuck, but Palpatine still look gross.
Palpatine looked like a marionette. He literally looked like a marionette with really thick strings hanging from him. He's like,
you are correct.
I need you to cut me down so I can pass into your body and you can take. I was just like,
I don't understand is why everybody's so afraid of his ass. He can't even get down off the clothesline by himself.
Because it's not even so. Well, think about this. A lot of villains, a lot of their reputation come from people passing down what they've seen and what they've heard. Okay, so him and himself, he was weak when we came across him. But his reputation and the things that he had done,
I don't think Palpatine was weak in the least.
I don't think it was either, but
he beat Mance Raider.
But true. But I also felt like with him.
Did I say his name right? No. You know, Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Oh, you talking about
I'm mixing up the characters, y'all. Don't kill me in the comments.
It's all right. Just Mace. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
Windu. No.
Yeah, Mace Windu.
Yeah.
But
Mance Rayder is from fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I actually had to stop and go. I had to think about this.
I miss my show.
She's gonna correct herself. But
yeah,
with the whole story, especially wrapped around him, I honestly felt like that was him being alive. Really I didn't feel like it had any meaning behind it with him being there, because like you said, he wasn't all that popular. Well, he wasn't that powerful, so to speak. But it's the fact that
the reason why Palpatine seems misplaced is because Disney changed the story and they took a lot of chunks out because it was too dark. So,
and this is the problem I have with
so you have a hard time understanding, like, big spoiler, where in the fuck Palpatine get a whole ass wife and some kids from?
Who got close enough to him?
Who procreated?
Who got close to him and said he was handsome?
Who the fuck procreated with Palpatine?
I love me some Palpatine. Let's go ahead and have us some Papa babies. Let's go. Oh my goodness.
I was just like, I'm done. I was done. I remember I said,
yeah, you asked that, and I was
like, where the fuck?
I was giggling. I can't help myself. When she said that, I was giggling in the theater.
Where the fuck Palpatine get a wife and kids from?
He got them from somewhere.
I was thinking. I was running it through my mind. I'm like, wait, let me think of all these little shows of cartoons and shit. Came up with nothing.
But see, I actually...
Nothing.
But you know what? I actually liked that dynamic when they had with Kylo and with Rey. Okay,
I wanted Kylo. I want Kylo and Rey to be together.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I know, but
I
want them to be together.
I didn't expect that to happen when it happened. I just literally was like... I always
thought that there was a love tension.
Yeah, there was
between them, especially the first time when he could have killed her and he didn't kill her.
Yeah, well, he's always been fat. He had fallen for her for a while, but remember he was being seduced by the dark side as well. So that was an internal struggle he had to continue to be a part of. He loved her and cared about her. Because, like you said, if he wanted her dead, she'd have been gone. He
had plenty of opportunities.
Several times over.
You know.
But in this movie, when they had their connection, you could just see them interact with each other.
That whole dyad storyline with them two, I kind of figured that out a couple movies ago. Because I'm like, there has to be some connection with Kylo, with Ben and Rey. With Ben and Rey,
sound like grandparents.
And I was like, she loves him too.
Yeah. Because she wanted him to not give in to the dark side. That's why every time you saw them talking to each other, and I really like this, they were appealing to each other based on where they were. But in the end, they wanted the other to be okay. Just come to my side. No, come to my side. And I like that dynamic.
They are reminiscent of Padma and Anakin.
Oh, Padme.
People say
yes.
I've been saying Padma forever, but I've been wrong.
I dig that. So we go into, so we know that becomes one of the core stories, and of course we find out that the main plot is the Empire has this
super fleet,
this huge freaking armada,
this
hidden in a
fleet
that's been put together in this hidden universe that you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul to get to. And you find out, and what's funny is when they started doing this, I loved it because it had the flavor of Indiana Jones. You want to find the Lost Ark of the Covenant?
I love that. You gotta find that medallion. I love that too.
I love
when they went through the quicksand.
Yes! Only find out they're down these catacombs.
Oh, let me tell you about R2-D2.
It's so, oh my god. R2 will always be the shit.
And C-3PO. Remember when they fell through the sand and And Poe was like, Ray, are you okay? Finn, and he was like, sir, I'm okay. You didn't ask about me, but I'm okay.
He had so much shade. That C-3PO had so much shade.
Dying.
Oh my God, there was no chill with him at all.
No
there was
chill.
no chill.
I love the little comedic that the droids add. I love
and
the
it didn't overwhelm.
Yeah, I like the fact that 3PO, is so smart and straight-laced that a lot of times he does more harm than good. Mm-hmm. But
he's that
C-3PO.
But he becomes that straight-laced comedy that you don't expect because
R2-D2 is like, they're like a yin and a yang.
Yeah, but you can only understand the yang. And
yeah, you look at R2-D2 and you think, oh my God, he's just like he's old beat up, old ass droid, but he's super intelligent, and whoever designed him did a good job.
So,
and I was also shocked to find out that that Anakin built R2-D2. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was one of the things I found out. I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
because Anakin as a boy,
it shows you how smart Anakin was.
Because remember we came across Anakin as a boy. He was a fragging genius, charisma and intellect and everything. So I was like, okay, I see where they're going with this, and that was when I started liking
Jesus,
some of the movies.
because he ain't got no daddy.
You know what? I didn't pay attention to that.
The Force just put him in his mama womb.
So we find out that there's this huge armada that is going to strike and just take down everybody. And that's when we find out, of course, that Palpatine is quote unquote alive. Mm-hmm. So
he's
now
still with us.
So now they've got to find their jewels. They look like pyramids. The Sith compasses.
But they never say that Palpatine's alive. They always say Palpatine survived. They never say alive in the movie.
Yeah, well, it's Disney. Disney's going to go ahead and put the overlying. They want you to supposition. They want you to think and possibly see that possibility without actually saying yes, he is. So, and I definitely get that, but. It got irritating after a while. He survived. Palpatine survived.
I ain't never liked Palpatine ass. I always knew. I'm like, it's him. Can't y'all see it's him?
So,
you know what I mean?
We also see a lot of the characters that we grew up with finally come to their end. We saw Leia finally get laid to rest. We saw
Disney.
Oh goodness. Can you warn me before you do this if I start talking?
Good job. Good job with Leia. We were literally in the movies trying to figure out, damn, is this... We're both of us on our phones Googling.
It's like, is this Leia?
Is this her?
Is this really
this is really good CGI.
Yeah, it was... I was like, her skin's amazing.
It looks like she's actually in the scene. That's because she was fucking actually in the scene.
Yeah, she was alive. That was when they shot her before she died.
Yeah, well, they used old footage. And
they did such a good job with that.
And they did such a great job with incorporating that old footage into the script. So.
Now, the scene that really... there are two scenes that really got me. The scene that really just tore my heart apart was when Leia died, and then they told Chewie.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Chewie black, y'all.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I literally started having tears in my eyes because
Chewie dropped to his knees. Oh, Lord, she gone. She gone, Jesus, she gone.
When they told him and he broke down, I felt so bad because I was like, wow.
So we lost, but his family is gone.
Yeah,
Hans is gone, and now
all he has left is
Leia,
Lando, C-3PO, and R2-D2,
and the droids. Exactly.
Which Billy D. Can we talk about Billy D?
I don't want to talk about his old.
Can we talk about Billy rolling up in there? We know how old Billy D is.
Let me say something. Black don't crack, y'all.
You know what? And caramel stay smooth over time because that cat was nuts. I was in there going,
I'm going to need him to get rid of that Ultra Prime, though.
He's like, is it? Oh, he tried to go back to mahogany Billy D. You hear him going, do you know
Mr. Williams.
Wait. Oh my god.
Mr. Williams.
But he played that role though.
The Ultra Perm has to go.
Unfortunately, that was Lando, so he had no choice. They couldn't use Charles Gambino, so that.
Charles Gambino played the hell out of that.
Yeah, he did. He played the hell out of that Lando.
He did a very
massive
good
shout
job.
out to that young man.
Yeah,
he killed that.
Very, very, very good job.
And the other scene that really gripped me, I mean, just like when we watched Endgame, and Cap is right there, and here come all of these forces of Thanos, and also you start seeing the teleportation rings come up.
Oh yes, and my main man's Black Panther walks out first.
What? Now imagine that, except the few forces of the rebels are over there trying to take out the navigation beacons, so that way the fleet, the armada, can't get to the other side, and they're getting shot down left and right because. There's really nothing they can do. But then again, you hear Lando, help his hair, and you look up
and you see this
massive. You see this massive.
Where did they get this? What did he say? Where did they get this Navy from? It's just people.
It's just ships. Just people. He says it's not a fleet. It's just people. And this enormous, massive amount of rebel ships of all types, shapes, and forms came out of nowhere. And that shit was on.
Awesome.
Yo!
Awesome.
That was one of the most, I have to honestly say, that was one of the most memorable moments I've seen in movies in recent years. Because a movie scene that's designed to just grab you and make you go, fuck yeah, that was one of those scenes for me.
That wasn't my scene.
Which one was yours?
My scene that had me saying fuck yeah was when Ben and Rey were dueling on the Death Star when Leia died.
Oh.
And she called out, Ben, and he heard her.
You
know, I was like,
yes.
Bitch,
yes.
I ain't about to cry. It's some dust up in here. Let me somebody pass me a tissue. But I thought that was great. And I like how the fact that they put them big ass tears in Rey's eyes so that you could tell even with the water splashing and she was And also that moment when she healed Ben.
Yes.
Because she loves him. She ain't mean to stab him. But she just love him so much. We do y'all like that sometimes.
But then he turned around and did the same thing for her to bring her back to life.
But my other moment was when Solo appeared.
When he popped up out of nowhere to talk to Ben.
And he called him Dad. But he wasn't really there.
No, he was part of the Force. So yeah.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, Solo ain't no Jedi.
No, he's not. He don't have to be a Jedi if he's.
He wasn't a part of the Force. That was Ben's imagination.
I hate to tell you, you had to go check this out.
You ain't got to tell me.
Let
the record show.
I know. Let the
record show that Montel is wrong.
Okay.
No, he does. He's not. He doesn't have that part of the Force in him. Han Solo?
Han Solo was never...
He a smuggler.
Okay, granted, he was. But then again, no one ever said the Force goes for really good people. And Han was a good person at heart.
He wasn't Force sensitive at all.
He didn't have the... Okay.
Why he had no lightsaber?
It doesn't matter.
Because he's not Force sensitive.
Even though
that conversation that Ben was having with his father on the Death Star after Rey left... was a figment of his imagination.
I'm okay, and I will tell you this:
Hans was not there. He was not a Force ghost.
I never said he was a Force ghost. I said he was one with the Force. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
First of all, he didn't come. Han was not going to come back as a Force ghost. I would tell you that in a heartbeat. But he was being used by the Force, and he recognized that he was a part of the Force as time went on.
When?
In the early
Houseway.
Empire Strikes Back.
They were using Han Solo. I'm gonna go home and watch that shit tonight.
No. Empire Strikes Back.
No.
Empire Strikes Back. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Come on. He said, she said moment.
Okay.
Han Solo.
He said, go watch Empire Strikes Back.
Nah, I'm gonna watch that shit
and Return
when I
of the
go
Jedi.
Home. I already watched Return of the Jedi. I watched it the other day. Okay. So
Empire Strikes
I disagree.
Okay, we can agree
Han
disagree.
Solo
I'm just
is
telling.
not
But anywho,
Force sensitive.
Therefore,
he could not come back as a Force ghost and talk to Kylo Ren.
But
Kylo Ren was having that, or Ben Solo was having that conversation in his mind.
And I would
because he struggled with the fact that he killed his daddy. Why? Why you kill your daddy? Why?
But
we don't know why.
Okay, but what's wrong with the fact that the Force itself can, as we all seen before, the Force can actually alter events by putting people in certain places. So why can't the Force bring someone
How
back?
the Force put people in other places?
I said put people in different places.
How?
Okay.
They have to be Force sensitive.
Not
and Han Solo Day. You got to be Force sensitive.
We'll discuss that.
You got to be Force sensitive in order to be drawn in by the Force, be it light or dark. When you have these feelings, it's just a feeling. Finn, the fuck.
Anyway.
Finn is Force sensitive, y'all. There, I said it.
Okay. Anyway.
I said it.
I'm glad you said it. Whoop-de-ding-dong. Okay?
Finn is Force sensitive.
Anywho.
And I truly believe that's what he was going to tell Rey when they fell through the quicksand.
No, he was going to tell Rey that he was in love with her.
No, he is not in love with her.
I firmly believe
you
that.
Wrong again, honey.
You know what? But you know what? You can have your opinion, and I'm going to have mine. But
he was not going to tell her.
Okay, that's fine. But see, that's what I believe. You don't.
Because
you got to disparage what I believe.
They're best friends, and he knows that she's in love with Ben.
Okay, but doesn't mean he's going to stop feeling the way he feels.
And they brought his love interest.
Oh my goodness.
And they brought him a love interest at the end of the movie.
Yeah, but see, that was before.
With her beautiful Gap 2 self. Shout out, girl. What was her name? Renna?
She can remember some names. She's bad with names.
I can't remember no damn names. I don't know. I remember she was a pretty brown girl with some gap teeth. And another pretty brown girl with some gap teeth that we know.
They can't see you.
Yeah, but I heard the bling. Bling.
Anyway. If your teeth are blinging and you ain't got nothing, I'm really worried. But I have to genuinely say, this movie was a fun ride from beginning to end.
It was very entertaining. Get ready, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry,
you're gonna get mad. But you're not going to be disappointed. And then, of course, that's just our opinion.
What was the most shocking? What was the most shocking part of this movie? Oh, what shocked you the most?
Goodness. That's actually pretty tough. Because there were a couple of moments I was just like, what the fuck?
We all know mine.
Literally like, what was yours?
When the fuck I found out that Palpatine had a family. Like, this nigga that made a baby with somebody.
Oh my
Palpatine.
Oh my
Emperor. God. That guy. The one with the blue face that's all screwed up, look like a Martian brain. Him. That was my WTF moment. Done. I was done. Stick a fork in me.
I think my moment that really shocked me wasn't really a shocking moment, but every time Ben and Rey talked to each other, it was, you could tell there was so much more to it, but I was just like, yo, this conversation is happening in their minds, but you cannot help but feel like someone should be standing next to her going, who are you talking to?
No, they were using the Force to do that.
I know, but no one else.
And you know what? That was not the first time I saw that.
Oh, I know.
Because What's His Nuts in the cartoon could do that. Remember?
In Clone Wars.
Not Clone Wars, The Resistance. When he went to that planet and he yanked Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
And he pulled.
But wasn't that Star Wars Clone Wars series?
No. That was the Resistance series. It was the Resistance.
Okay. I after Clone Wars, I kind of just ignored everything.
It was Rebels. It wasn't Clone Wars.
Okay, I know Clone Wars. Okay, I didn't know about
remember
Resistance.
In Clone Wars, Ahsoka is a little girl, and then she's grown up in Resistance and Rebels.
And Ahsoka, that whole was
that whole need a show.
That was like a CGI.
She need a show.
Animation. Well, we'll see.
Which one did you said that you didn't like the animation?
I didn't like it. I like Clone Wars.
Okay.
But it's when they kept switching up the animation style that drove me crazy.
Okay.
That was like, okay.
And Clone Wars are...
Clone Wars.
Okay.
Be this way or this way. Stop bringing it this way, and then you jump to straight animation. And it's like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. You're killing the vibe of the whole show. Mm-hmm. And that I still watched it, and I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But the switch from this to this, that angered me.
I didn't even notice that it was a switch in style until you mentioned it. Just like I didn't realize that Miles Morales was done in a comic book style animation. I didn't until you said it. I was like,
yeah,
I was that day old.
The Ultimates comic series. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was good animation.
It was. I will give this. I like how Marvel took all the characters in the MCU and adapted them to the Ultimates universe, and not to what everyone knows.
Right.
And they just continue bringing out all the characters, and there are going to be a lot more characters coming out. They're going to be Ultimates level characters.
Right. I watched Ghost Rider and my girl Riri Williams episode this past weekend.
What you think?
I loved it. I loved it. I started to text you and say, Riri got a little 45-minute show. But, you know, getting back to Star Wars. We're already
our segues are the best.
Off on a tangent.
But at the end, I mean, I can honestly say I really enjoyed this, and I want to go see it again. Because movies like this,
I can see it again.
Movies like this have Easter eggs in them and things that you'll pick up on. Yeah. That's why I want to go see it again. So I'm like, I know I missed something, and I'm gonna look up and go,
that you missed.
Why didn't I see that before? Because I was so enraptured in everything.
And I made sure to pay attention on the parts that I wasn't paying attention on when we went to go see it. You know, that I was running my fucking mouth and then I missed something important. So I was like,
but when you saw what you missed out, it was like, oh,
that's why everybody was like, and remember, I was like, what happened? I should have been paying attention. But
even though the movie wasn't perfect, I would definitely give it, if I had to rate it, I would do 4 Blerdicorns out of 5.
I would give it 3. And let me tell you why.
Get ready, y'all. Here we go. Don't be too long now.
I hate fucking happy endings. Why can't the bad guy win sometimes? I mean, like, what the fuck? How you so strong? And these people with nothing come and whip your ass, like, real quick.
Because people save bad endings for horror movies.
And then the shit, like, at the end of the movie, it ain't nothing big, y'all. So I ain't gonna tell the whole ending. Everybody hugging each other and kissing and all these, reunions and shit. I'm like, this the only damn Star Wars episode that shit have like 5 fucking minutes of hugging and shit. Oh, here's Ren, here's Finn, here's Rey. Like, what the fuck? And how? Please, tell me how Rey ass gets so bloody and shit at the end of the movie, and she had a drop of blood on her when she was talking to Palpatine. Why? How? How, Sway?
There's some things I'll never be able to describe and explain, so I'm not going to try.
Right.
Not going to try.
So I'm just like, Disney, come on. Disney, you know what? It ain't Disney's fault. It's George Lucas' fucking fault.
Oh, my God.
Okay? All about the almighty dollar that you're going to sell the franchise to fucking Disney? Really? And they just fucked up a wet dream.
And if you think about it, I don't agree with him.
It's too family friendly.
I don't agree with him selling it to Disney.
It's too family friendly.
But if you look at it from a larger scope as far as companies, who would have taken it and still been around? That would have been, and I thought of many possibilities.
Any company that would have purchased the franchise would still be around simply because of the franchise. Point Blank, period. Because you can bring in all of the directors.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. But, like you said, it's all about the almighty dollar.
To me, it was too watered down. Look.
It was all about the dollar.
Disney. Can we get a director's cut or something when the shit is released?
Disney ain't gonna give us nothing unless they get a minimum $2 billion out of that. So, but anyway, that was our review of Rise of Skywalker. I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna go see it again.
Yeah, I want to see it again. I gotta take my son. I haven't told him that I've seen it twice already. So.
Ooh, I ain't gonna say anything. All right, and with that, this goes into our this or that. So we decided we're gonna do this or that based off of Star Wars. I have a couple in my mind. Mm-hmm. And were you able to come up with any?
I shall come up with mine after I hear yours.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Me, I'm big on everything having to do with it, but I've always been fascinated with the vessels that have flown through those screens. So this or that. If you had the opportunity to drive or fly the X-Wing fighter that Luke flew in when he blew up the Death Star, or the Millennium Falcon in Rise of the Skywalker, which one would you pilot? Don't give a why, just which one?
The Falcon.
Okay.
Why I can't give a why?
Because sometimes it's best just to go with.
We still got 5 minutes.
5 minutes take forever. So why? Why the Millennium?
Because it's fast as fuck, and you can light speed jump in the Falcon. Ray was wrong.
In the end of the day, it's always about right or wrong with this nut.
You can light. Hey, I'm a Virgo.
Anyway, it ain't got nothing to do with it. Anyway, I would go with the X-Wing.
Why? That shit was in the water for years.
Because it may have been in the water, but in my mind, it was when Luke was at his most pivotal. When he first came in, of course, he wanted to get off of Tatooine, and he wanted to be part of the Rebel Alliance and everything else. So everybody's out there fighting these TIE fighters all around the Death Star, and here's this one that's got to get down on the surface into the alley and shoot those laser torpedoes into those ducks. Bruh, you had to have some skills and some balls to do that, especially if you get shot all around. And I was like, that always stayed with me. So I had the X-Wing fighter as a kid for Christmas. That was my toy. I didn't care about anything else.
You didn't care about anything else?
No, I would be around here doing like, oh, look at
Well, yeah, I had got some twins in a basket, and they was my toy. But that's,
Okay.
Let's get some my this or that.
All right.
No, I'm giving you mine.
Okay. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, you were saying like you. So for my this or that. Kylo Ren or Ben Solo.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh, I hate this woman with every fiber of my being. Okay. If I were to go for just overall feeling of everything, I would have to say Kylo. I would go with Kylo simply because as a potential villain who was still hesitant, he was still willing to do the dirty stuff. He was willing to still try to be that nasty, dirty guy. But you could see that restraint on certain points. So that to me, we had maybe a sense of honor when it came to it. But otherwise, if he cared about you, okay, he'll play with you a little bit. But anybody else, just take them all out. Just kill the rest. And I was just like, all right, bro. All right, you got me. You got me. What about you?
You know I'm going to take Kylo because I love me a good-ass villain.
Oh, my God.
And he a Marine. So.
Okay.
I think his dark side is more fitting of his personality, because I think he would have been a person sort of like Mace Windu, who could use the dark side to his benefit but not jump all the way over, because he still had some good in him, sort of like his grandfather. But Anakin was weak enough to let
the dark side take over.
Spook. No. He had Palpatine too, didn't he? Yeah. Convince him, manipulate him over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Because I believe that Padme could have saved him, and if he knew that, okay, yeah, she died, she didn't die until he went over to the dark side.
That's true.
And then he felt when she died. So, I think that Kylo could have used the power of the dark side for good. Because he was a badass. He was kind of a Mr. Rogers type of badass, but he was a badass.
He was.
He wasn't that scary. He ain't as scary as
sometimes
Darth Vader. Does my mask bother you? And a black chick, I like it.
Sometimes
ass kisser.
Sometimes the least scary are the ones you gotta watch
out for. Are the
out
ones
for.
You have to look out for because he was Ben Solo is mentally ill.
And so is most
Ben Solo is mentally ill. He was literally abandoned by his parents. He had parents, but they were out
trying to save.
Fighting the rebellion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
well,
yeah, Kylo, that's my guy. Shout out to the U.S. Marine Corps.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for this, gentleman.
And with that being said, we come to the end of our first episode of the 2020 year. We thank y'all for coming to check us out. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for dealing with us, because we definitely have some interesting discussions. If there is something that you want to hear us talk about, please hit us up on our social media and also our email. We have access to that. We don't have a problem. If you want us to shout out to you, we'll be more than happy to shout out to you. Just let us know. Hit us up, okay?
On a serious note, guys, please keep our sailors, Marines, airmen, and soldiers in your prayers, because there's some serious shit popping off, and we finally were able to get the majority of our military back home, and now they're on their way back. So,
definitely pray for
people you don't know fight for your freedoms every day, and you take it for granted. So just say a little prayer for those men and women,
absolutely,
who sometimes give the ultimate sacrifice. So.
And I've been honored to know a couple of folks who did give their lives, and for us to have served for the years that we served, it is really important to keep those who are out there still fighting the fight long after we have done our job. And they're in it a lot worse, because unfortunately we're dealing with a lot of madness and ignorance and stupidity from people who have never set foot on the ground, on a ship, deployed, or even worn a freaking uniform. So please keep them in prayer.
And listen, y'all, some of these memes are funny. They funny as hell. But I'm telling you one thing, all of y'all, everybody out there who had a problem with people taking a knee, need to be the first ones in line if some shit pop off. And that's real talk. Because you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to leave your kids and not know if you're going to come back and see them.
To say you're going to be deployed for 6 months and you're gone for a year.
A year and a half.
And then to come back, and now you got to try and live a life again, only to be sent right back out.
Back.
That's not a life.
Yes.
That's not a life at all. I've seen more of the world in 20 years, and yet I miss a lot of my stuff with my kids. And I don't put that on anybody, but to make that sacrifice so that we can wake up in the morning and go to work and enjoy things with our family. Some people have never done that before, but they're the ones who speak the loudest because it's not patriotic. Well, whatever.
So please just pray for our troops if you are a spiritual person.
And if you aren't, just keep them in your heart.
Keep them in your heart.
Okay. And with that being said, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. I have spoken.
Oh my goodness. Stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy, y'all. And of course, she has spoken.
I have spoken.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our latest episode of the Blerdicorn podcast. Please don't forget to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under Blerdicorn Speaks. Thank you so much for your support, and tune in to our next episode. Take care and stay Blerdicorn.